folks. Black Bull Markets have 10 merch packs to give away to clients who sign up before the end of the year, including one of these trader keys. So to go in the draw, all you need to do is sign up with the link below this video or in the podcast description, and you'll go in the draw to win. It's that simple. And remember, folks, when you sign up to Black Bull Markets through the Trading Nut link below, you're going to get a 100% deposit bonus up to $1,000 on your first deposit. All you need to do is click the link in the description below the video or the podcast.
Howdy, howdy. Hope everybody's doing well. It's been a little while since I've been active on the charts here. It's the holidays and all that, so looking forward to being back at it. And just going to get right into going through analysis for the day. Seeing what stands out to me, levels I want to watch, and that sort of thing. So, just gonna get into it. These are the 5 charts that I watch. So 2 indices, 3 pairs in the Forex market. And as far as questions, comments, that sort of stuff, I love it. I love to see what you think and questions you have. It's all good for me to listen and watch. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through kind of top down and highlight levels that may be worth watching. Oops. Yeah, so short-term low here. The little green box is a volume imbalance where there's a full gap and closed and the next candle's opened. I'm gonna look for fair value gaps, that sort of stuff. So this takes me a few minutes, but it's good. I redo it every week on a daily chart, and then also get into it on the lower time frames on a daily basis. Just highlight it, label it, but just put a small amount of notes just so that when if I like, for instance, just can't really see anything like that, but like if I see this here, it doesn't have any context, but if you hover over to it, it'll tell me what time frame it was made on and what I wrote as a note. So it's handy that way. Okay, I'm gonna drop down to 1 hour. Look at, let's see, today's Wednesday. What are these separators? Just gonna grab my coffee real quick. All right, sorry about that. Let's see. Yeah, again, drop some comments in there. Let me know what you're trading if you have any questions. That sort of stuff. I like it. It's good. It's already labeled. Nice little rundown here in the 1 hour. Actually, I'm gonna wait, see what that looks like here on 15. There we go. 15-minute now. A little fair value gap in there. I like that one. It's sitting at least at this point. It's sitting it's sitting at a real nice pullback level in terms of how much of this move it is using before it gets back to it. So I like that. I also like this one up here. I like this one because it gives an opportunity for a little liquidity rate up past this high, and short-term high, and into gap, and that also has an order block. Like it's a neat little combo there that I like to see. So that's what we'll be watching for this pair, or this is the index. So it's an order block, like so. So a couple things to watch in here, and you can actually see it repeating on a bigger time frame, on a bigger move. This is like the 1 hour drive that moved down. This one's not quite as convincing to me, but something to keep an eye on. All right, so that one, let me see what it looks like down here in 5 minutes. Yeah, it looks good on 5 as well. So I'm going to set my alarm down here at the bottom of this gap so I can come back if it tags into that. What this does is my plan on this one would be to look for an entry in this area here, this gap, and then stop to be above here with the idea that rather than have a huge stop, I'll look for another entry if it comes in up here after stopping out. So stick with that. Moving on to NASDAQ. Again, don't forget, ask questions, drop some comments in I like to see that, to interact with whoever's watching. Can be criticisms, could be ideas, questions about my style. Volume and balance, not surprising that it shows up here as well. Daily levels, I put on a full horizontal line because they last a little bit longer. Then you have fair value comps. Yeah, there. Disappeared. That one. Not actually relevant now that I think about it. This candle's still forming. This one. This one, because it has the old structure level inside of it. That's right, I mean there. So looking back behind it, structure here, here. So that could be a spot for a turnaround. Down to 1 hour. Same kind of thing, similar setup. This one's nice. It's got order block low in here. Da, da, da. There's some news here today. 7 a.m., 20 minutes. Watch that, see what I can find. They do. This one is a little bit suspect here. Just to, so it's like almost relative equal hot, as we'll call it. Even untouched up here. This is a much bigger picture idea here. Something that might be worth looking at later this week. And then you get up into this territory up here. So I'm going to drop down to 15. It's a little gap in here. The fair value gap. Hold one here. Hmm. 5 minute. Back to the 1 hour for a second here. Just try to see if small right there. Hmm. This one just took out intermediate term low. It's barely. I think needs to be more of a pullback on this before I would short. So I'm gonna wait until see the price move back up into this bigger picture gap and order block. So I'm gonna leave this one for a bit. Leave it on the 5-minute. I'm just gonna watch and see what happens up here in this level, this range. Right, moving on. Euro USD. Just kind of framing what I see here. So it's just the lower part of that bigger fair value gap. But all the way up here, that doesn't matter really to me. This one has the levels in it. But we probably won't get down there for a while, so let's see. The 1 hour looks like. Trying to see what you guys can see there. Let's at least you can see the colors there. Okay. It's really all I'm, well, yeah, that's all I'm gonna look at. Just realize you can probably not see that at all, color-wise. Oh, that's pretty bad. I just use a fib tool for just to see what the percentages of the pullback are. So this whole gap is in a good, this fair value gap, that green box is in a good amount of pullback in terms of, I'm not trying to jump in too early. A lot going on. This whole move here, which would be like a bigger picture, high time frame trade, but I'm not gonna look at that at this point. So here's 15 minutes Euro USD. The thing is really enhanced on the 15-minute chart. So it's like 5. So this gives me at least a more specific spot. when there's an overlapping gap like this. So it just creates interest on both time frames. This is new week opening gap. I just based on creating here. Okay, it's back to the 5-minute here. So this one's got a little work to do to get up in this range, but that's what I'm gonna wait for. Might not actually be getting there anytime soon, but well, with news, you never know. Could pretty easily hike all the way up there. All right, so that's when we're gonna leave the Euro USD, come into USD JPY, which is the next pair, and keep going. So right now, inside of this, fair value gap, a white I reserve for the new gap. The blue. All right. So what else do I see? Some flat lines. Nope. Short-term high. Get to land on the actual high. Probably don't need much more than that for this week. So structure is broken. Kind of a small level here. Probably see it better here. But it's pretty easily. Let's see. Let me see. So I'm going to drop in the gap here. The opening gap is this one. Oops. Right clicked instead of a normal click. Come on. White. Take it out into the end of the week. Good to go there. Okay. Excuse me. So that'd be a big picture target if I can get into a short in here. So 15 minutes here on USD JPY. Huh? Got this. Thanks. Supreme Dream. Appreciate it. And Wave Trader. Ooh, you're in a trade already. All right. Yeah, you're on a buy GBP USD. I'll take a look at that in a minute. I like to see what other people are trading too. Let's see. Eli Wave Trader 126194. Two-minute time frame entry. Oh, that looks like a good spot to be in there, buddy. All right, where was that? USDJPY. Here we go. This is a 15-minute chart. All right. Playing around this higher time frame gap that I pointed out earlier. Back out to daily for a second. What do I want this thing? What do I think price is going to pull to? It's already pulled into this, filled it up. So to me, if I get to see these little previous structure levels break and have a shift back down to the downside, then it gives me permission to short. But until that, my hands off, unless there's a new structure forms up here and it sinks in. So for my system, I need to have a 5 or greater time frame structure shift in order to get in. So because this one's already reached a level on a higher time frame, I can start looking for that structure shift if it happens to be like this move that's happening right now, down, and then get a little like this, a little bit higher. That'd be ideal. And then that new level breaking like this. That's what I'm hoping for here. That kind of move. Or like I outlined this previous level, if it moves down in one big kind of dynamic move, which with news coming up here could happen either way. So that's what I'll be looking for there. Either a shift down below or a structure raid and then a shift. That'd be ideal, even better. Set myself up with an alarm in case it heads down quick. And I'm moving on to USD CAD. Oops. New member, nice. I see ya. Let's see what shows up here on the USD CAD. So this one's already climbing back into, well, not climbing into, but on its way into this area here. So I'm just highlighting only the amount of the gap that's within the applicable entry area. That way I'm not getting too excited and jumping the gun here. So this is daily chart. Hang on. Need to get down a little bit before I decide what I'm doing. So we go opening gap. Pretty chilly. Consolidating most of the day this session or this trading day. Probably waiting for this news here in a minute. So this one's not really in like a good place for anything to like, be. Not really ready to actually get in a trade on this one. So I'm watching to see what happens here through the news. Let's see, index, he's up by, well, his first potential entry up here from that big news driver. HT. Thanks. It's a love-hate thing. I sure like to be on the 1 minute chart, but I've had to like force myself to sit in the slowness of a 5 and 15 before I can even get to the 1 minute. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, where previously I would sit on the 1 minute and base everything on that. It's more fun for sure, in my opinion. But it was, it's pretty noisy and pretty easy to get chopped around. So these days, what I'm doing is I'm being a little bit more intentional about framing things on a 5 or 15, and then dropping it to the 1 for entry. 12. 12 not meant to do. Oh, it looks like you got favorable direction there on your GU trade, buddy. That's cool. Way to go. So at this point, I'm just going to be kind of waiting for this hustle and bustle of a news drop to finish up before I make any decisions. It's hard to see. Everything's sitting on the 5-minute chart right now in terms of what you're seeing. And like the NDX took out those last two eagle highs. Looks a lot like a liquidity grab to me. But that's why I'm going to wait, because with all the excitement, it could certainly just push back through that and come up towards my other level that I picked out. So there won't be any entries right now, but maybe in the next 15 minutes or so, depending on what comes to pass. Euro USD isn't getting into the area I had picked out. Getting close to it, I should say. Just touching. Came down, put in another. Well, it's not done yet, but this could be a triple bottom now, which piques my interest for looking for a short up in this area if these arrows that I simulated might form. So I like that. So this is that first entry area on the S&P. So what this is, so what I got to do is I got to wait for. No, I'm on the 1 minute on this one. It's in the higher time frame, fair value gap. I got to look for the repeat of the structure shift in a 1 minute. So what that means is this where I drew the fib, this whole run here, or I'll zoom out here just a second. So this 5-minute move is in itself a structured break in that it broke through this lower level, like so that level there. So that part's already happened. That's why I'm even watching this. So what I look for now on the lower time frame is a new short-term low to be taken out on a 1 minute. So right now, that low is right where my mouse is there at the bottom of that red candle. Now it's the bottom of the one that's active, and then it has to come back up and then break that, leave a gap. That's my entry gap there. So it takes a little bit for it to form, but it's what I've been trying to do is eliminate too many entries, less trying to get to where I'm taking less trades. I'm gonna drop down on the NDX as well because that's a similar setup. Volume imbalance in here. So this one actually, now I'm looking at it, I have what I need to look for a short structure break here, pull back. So I'm gonna actually get ready for entry here. Right in the middle of that imbalance is what I'm gonna use, I think. That's the run. And then stop minimum 10% of the size of the move. Like that. And I put in a limit short based on the blue line, the red line, adds in spread, that sort of stuff. So that is an entry that has this. Yeah, so this low creates liquidity. Because it didn't break this one. It came down very close and says I'm actually want to go back there. So I'm gonna highlight here as another possible turning point, just so I'm not fretting as much as the price continues to move up. If it does, checking in on other stuff here. So it's just about to enter in here on short. Get rid of that guy. There we go. And that one is in, triggered into short, right in the middle of this volume imbalance. I know that my colors don't make it very easy to see. Can't do this. You can see the little red arrow there. And then I like to put in a little flag for where my stop started. Stop started. That way when I'm looking back to see analysis wise, I can look at what the R level and stuff is. So I have two two trades that get entered at the same time. So there's actually two orders there. One has my first exit target is that first pivot bottom or liquidity pool, or whatever it is, and then the second one is a bigger target. This guy's sliding down. So this is also potential entry here, which would be counterintuitive to the one I just took, but that's okay. That's how I set things up here. So there's this guy. It's about 50%. Okay. So I have this first exit that allows me to kind of sit easily. I mean, I'm not real worried about it right now. I'm pretty used to losing, so. But the first exit helps me to feel okay about sitting longer in a trade, looking for that bigger exit. So we shall see. So it's got a rating as well. It would work just as good. S&P. It's actually got nicer placed. Yeah. All right. Well, while that's sitting there, I'm gonna get some more coffee. Alrighty, back. And just kind of waiting. I do really like this liquidity pool down here. If the setup forms. Just poked above that little high here. Just barely. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough. Okie dokie. Well, this provides a potentially a level 2 break structure again, depending on what this candle finishes as. So now there's a little mini structure level right in here. That gives an opportunity to add. So what I mean by that is if I get a dynamic move that comes down, not all the way down to liquidity, but down into this area here, leaves a gap, pulls back into it, it can add in a little bit more size. Whoa. So on this USD JPY, what I'm looking for, I pointed out earlier, is this move that takes out liquidity and then slams down and gets ready for a drop down into this liquidity pool. So right now it's shooting for it. shooting for liquidity. What's that doing to the cat? The cat's also sliding up a little bit more. And I'm in short in USD CAD right here where the little red arrow is. So I'm in negative right now. Okay, so just kind of waiting here on this one. Not too I'm not really worried, but I'm also not like super confident that this is gonna dump at this point. So this is my first trade of the week. Just been kind of getting recovered from all the holidays and stuff, and so I don't have any losses or any wins. So now on this guy here, look for a new version of this 5 minute. So if you look at the 5 minute chart, this is what I was hoping for to happen. Pulls down, raids up, and now I'm looking for a move down. What I need to see is a level, and then another raid, and then a broken level. So this one will take a little while longer. Cat's slightly pushing down. Nothing to get you too excited yet. Still in negative. Sit right above my entry. You can see the black letters over on the left. It's kind of highlights where the line is. Pretty tough to see though, I know. Just pushed into positive territory just by a small amount. But this is the move that if it presents enough displacement to pull back and another gap, then I could pyramid in a little bit. Oops, wrong screen. So the two indices here, the light blue background, I'm waiting for price to move up into the 3/4 pullback area. One of these gaps might look for a short there as well. Let's see. Not quite big enough yet. This is the last move. Size. Let's see. Down in there before that pullback. to add in is what I'm talking about here. So this light blue box here is an equal size to this leg. So if it gets down there, then I can consider adding. That doesn't mean I'm guaranteed to. Ooh. I can actually grab my sweatshirt and get chill this morning here. Okay. So didn't quite make it, but this is like right where I would be adding if I did. What's going on here? That's some pretty decent up power there. Doesn't bid well for me being in a short position. Oh well, that's how it goes, right? Kind of setting up a pretty nice liquidity pool on the upside as well. So might just end up getting chopped out. So this looks like liquidity to me too here. So and you have this guy over here, a gap. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. Well, folks, if you have any last minute questions that I can respond to, comments, tell me how foolish I am in my trade decision today, or otherwise, now's the time, because I'm going to shut the stream down here in just a couple minutes. Let me know. Let me know. Tap, tap. Pop, pop. I think it's at this point pretty possible I'm going to get stopped out. Like that's my leaning, my biases. Stop out. But I've been through plenty of periods of my trading that I move stops around and change my mind too much and that sort of stuff. So these days, once I'm in, I'm not gonna move my stop unless it's to break even after the first target's already been taken. So at this point, it's a full stop out or first target. That's the only two things that I'm gonna let happen. Just poked into a little bit of that liquidity. I don't know if that's enough to satisfy it before moving down, though. We'll see. More liquidity up here. Might end up having a chop day or something, staying in this range here. So 2 pips away from stop so far, as close as it's gotten. And 4 pips into profit. Not quite enough to be excited. Here it goes. Stop out imminent. There it is. All right. So there you have it. Stop out on USD CAD. First trade of the week, only trade of the week so far. And not not going to set this one aside quite yet. I think there's a chance for another entry, potentially. We have bigger picture liquidity to take out. Could see another shift in structure and an opportunity for entrance. Shall see, shall see. All right, well, I don't see any new questions or anything, so that's going to be the end of my time streaming today. I appreciate this opportunity, Cam, Trading Nut. It's been a great learning opportunity for me. I'm still in drawdown, but protecting my demo challenge capital so that I don't lose. Risk is still pretty small. And yeah, so appreciate it, Cam. Have a good day, everybody. Good night, whatever it is for you. Till next time, farewell.